Today, I have the incredible pleasure of speaking with Alex Polizzi. Thank you so much for joining us today.
My pleasure.
Now, how are you spending this quarantine lately? These are such unprecedented times for everyone.
So I am in Cornwall, where we have a little hotel. My family has a small hotel, 32 bedrooms. I came down with my children almost 7 weeks ago, and I did a staff meeting, and then we ended up having to close the hotel. So spent 3 days closing it down, and I've been here ever since. But I must say, it is not a bad place to be stuck.
Absolutely. So much beauty, so much nature. Have you been able to go outside and spend some time with your family as well?
Yes, that's the nicest thing. We do exercise every day, a walk as a family, and the spring here has been amazing. I mean, I've never seen so many bluebells, so many primroses. It's astonishing. So that's the only time we get out the house, but at least I get that.
And I'm curious, you mentioned your hotel business. I mean, as someone who's so well known in the hospitality industry, how do you think this is going to be impacted once everything goes back to a new normal?
Well, we just don't know what the new normal looks like. I think that's the big problem. I've spoken with quite a lot of British hoteliers, and I think we're all really scared. We have no idea what it's going to look like at the other side of this. We have no idea when we might open up. We know that this hasn't gone away. Certainly, I'm in a hotel we have a hotel in a very small village, and it's quite scary thinking about this little protected village and then me bringing in lots and lots of people to have their holidays and what that might have as an impact upon the village.
So when it comes to restaurant owners or hotel owners who do look up to you as someone who usually gives incredible advice on how to better their businesses, what would you tell them to focus on right now?
I think we are all going to have to tighten our belts a notch or two. I think inevitably we will have slimmed down operations. We will have to have a few fewer staff. I think there will be enormous appetite for us all once we're out of lockdown. I think everyone's going to be crazy about going out and having a nice time and, just not necessarily traveling. So I think, we'll get a lot of local business.
Now, Alex, you're also very well known for your show Secret Italy, and as we know, Italy is one of the hardest hit countries. So, thinking back to shooting, is there a beautiful memory or a story that you could share with us?
One of my absolutely favorite memories was when I went up to the village my grandfather came from. It's called Forte, and it's in Ciociaria, which is outside Rome. And it is a tiny little village, and was its most famous son. And we went there for the Festa di Sant'Antonio, which is their patron saint. And I was there, and you see every single cousin. I mean, everybody converges on there. The diaspora of the Monfortesi come from everywhere, from Canada, from the US. I mean, literally from everywhere. And we all join to do this day where we kind of parade the statue of the saint around the village, and just say prayers in the square and just spend some time with each other. It's amazing.
That's one of the most beautiful things about Italy. I think it's that togetherness, being united, and they're definitely going to come out of this stronger than ever.
I hope so. I think, the truth is that in Italy, I'm sure one of the reasons it's been so hard hit is because old people normally live with their families. There's no care homes, there's no nursing homes really. And so I'm pretty sure that is a reason. I think knowing Italy, it will spring back, but I think it has taken a really big, big hit.
Absolutely. And another country that unfortunately was also very hard hit was Spain.
Spain.
And you did have the chance to film Secret Spain as well. So thinking back on that, I think it's always great to think of the beautiful memories before this all started. So can you share a story or a moment from Secret Spain as well?
Definitely. There's this moment where I saw the Castilleros. So it is these in the little contradas, in the areas in which you live in sorry, not in Madrid, in sorry, I've had a complete mind blank, but by the sea. Everyone has the kind of pastime is to build these human castles, and they start the children off really young. And it starts off as a pyramid, almost like you'd see at the circus. And people clamber on top of each other's shoulders, and then the very youngest children clamber very much to the top. But even the ones who aren't climbing, everybody in the area pushes their hands on the shoulders of the person in front of them to kind of make this structure as strong as possible. And I thought even then that it was just an incredibly emotional thing to see, because first of all, you have to completely trust your neighbor. And I think it shows the kind of social cohesion that they encourage in Spain. And that was one of its definitely most attractive characteristics for me.
Just in hindsight, hearing that story blows my mind, thinking about the amount of social distancing that people have to do now compared to making a human pyramid.
I know, I just think this has been a real shock, because so much of what we thought was normal has been ripped away from us. I mean, my mum I now haven't seen my mother for 9 weeks. And that's about as long in my adult life as I've ever gone without seeing her. I mean, maybe I went that long when I was in my 20s and I was traveling. But since I've been an adult, a working adult, I have always just seen my mother no more than every couple of weeks. And I think, when will I be able to see her next? When will I be able to give her a cuddle, a kiss? You know, it's very odd.
No, it's so difficult. And I think that's the hardest adjustment period too, staying away from your grandparents, from your parents, and only really having technology to interact has been a huge adapting period.
I agree, and I'm not very technologically apt, and I have had to strain every sinew because I'm having to teach my son at home, tutor my son at home. And first of all, I have no patience, and second of all, it is all done through this. And you know, you have to upload, you have to download, you have to transfer files, and I mean, it's if just having to sit on my son for 8 hours a day wasn't hard enough to try and make him concentrate. I've also got to get my head around all these new facilities, which I've never used before. It's been a very bizarre experience.
I think everyone at home is going through something similar because it's you go from having that 9 to 5 in some cases, or in your case, being able to travel, to then having to spend every single day with your family. Has that been, in your opinion, at least a learning experience or something that you're going to take with you after this is all over?
I think I'm going to look back on this and realize how lovely it was. And there have been lovely moments, really lovely moments. And, you know, you don't get the opportunity very many times in your life to spend this much time that close to the people who are closest to you. I'm lucky. My husband and I have got on really well, which is astonishing because, frankly, we've never spent more than 2 weeks at a time together before. The children are basically sweet. And, you know, I'm trying to see the good in it. I really am. Every day I try and count my blessings.
Absolutely. And that's the only thing you can do right now. Alex, before we let you go, is there a message or something you would want to share to all of your Canadian viewers back home on TLN?
I suppose I would say that I just cannot wait to get back to work and start sorting out a few more hoteliers. I'm sure there'll be plenty more who need my help after this, I have to say. And I really I miss being able to do it, and I hope I get the opportunity to again.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Alex, for this lovely
Right.
chat.
Thank you very much. Lovely to meet you.